All right, welcome back to Blackacre Ranch, everybody. Today we're working on this guy, and we're going to share with you what that means. I can tell you though that we're stripping her down. She is going to be bare bones, hopefully steel by the time that we are done with her. So the reasons why and everything that goes along with it and kind of how we came to this conclusion, we're going to share with you as we get this thing done. But ideally the goal today is hopefully to get all the metal down and the roof off, just down to the red iron. So anyway, stick with us. And we also want to check in with the buffalo and share with you some things that are going in there. So first, we must take a look at Darcy here and Lizzie. You guys have been little escapee artists. So we're gonna have to see what we do with you guys. Yes, yes, I know you love me. And our little fur monkey down here is escaping. So they have been getting out of their pen way yonder, and it's just this week they just started. Man, you just give it all up, don't you, dude? You are way into that. So anyway, these guys have been escaping, and I hate having to keep them in just that little run area. And for some reason, they've now learned that they can jump the fence. I'm surprised it took them this long, but every day they've been getting out. So in the meantime, we put some barbed wire on the top. They didn't get out today, although it's only been 12 hours. So we're looking at alternatives. If you guys have any thoughts towards I hate to say shock collar, but you know those halo or those boundary systems, which ones are good? I know that there's some that have some transmitters, receivers that let you go within so many feet of it, but it's line of sight. I wouldn't mind a GPS one. I don't know. So if you have any input, let me know. But these guys have been little escapee artists. Haven't you, little Darcy? Haven't you? Now you're just gonna come over here, fall asleep. You were so chill. You were so chill. So our neighbor did say when he found him, he's like, that dude is like way chill. That is a calm dog. So his little Chihuahua was yapping and jumping all over him. Yeah, fond memories of Chihuahua. All right, so back to this building. So what we're doing here, why we're doing what we're doing with this building. If you know, we've been actually talking about building the rest of the house out. We wanted to do wood, and we didn't want to mix the building materials from a metal to a wood. Expansion rates, I just heard that wasn't probably the best idea. So really what happened was, got dog hair. We had a person who has a lot of contacts in the construction industry send us some names, and we priced it out. He said it'd probably be better just to get this thing all done in steel, to kind of match the front, and you just go ahead and whip it up and you're done. So we had a guy come out. Long story short, he said, well, we can do it. It's $21 a square foot, which means for me to frame in all of this area and then down to over here, he was gonna be looking about $25,000. And I'm not doing it. Like, there's a point where it's like, yes, there's money, there's time, there's a lot of these things. I ain't doing it. So to do the rest of it, all of this with it, because this was a little older, and come into here, that was looking about $45,000 or more. So money-wise, ain't happening. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build it out of wood. We just built the well house. Check out the playlist. This is just a little bit bigger and a lot longer, and why can't we, right? So we're gonna do it. We're gonna build a house from scratch. We're gonna build it from wood. So all this stuff needs to come down.
The ridge cap, that's what's taking forever. Wow, this roof looks awesome. All right, so one's working gutters and one's taking sheets off. All right, watch out, Clark. Go ahead. I've been working for about an hour or so. This is all we have down. We can see into the house on this side now. But that gutter sure is making it a problem. We got this front porch thing. There's so many issues today.
No, not the bucket. Yeah.
Clark, your bucket got tipped. Yeah, it's not that bad.
It'll live another
It'll
day.
live. It'll live to hold screws another day. Is the bucket broken? No, but the bucket's broken now.
Fine. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A wee bit.
Just a wee bit, it's fine. Just a little crack, huh?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Just a wee thing.
Could have been worse.
Always. All right, the elders had to go. We fed them lunch. We got a little break before they were done. We got this one roof panel that just wouldn't let go of one screw, bolt, whatever you want to call it. So he's got to come down. And we got a couple panels on the ground that need to get put away. But they got it this far. Let's walk inside. I did open up this wall. So they made it this far. They've got almost half the roof off, which is awesome. I've got one panel off this fall. And this guy is dependent on that gutter up there. So we might have to be doing some cutting. Unfortunately, the edges here, because of all the rotting that's going on, and even at the ridge with extra tar that was covering up bolts and whatnot, like things just were really difficult to get off. So the elders did some cutting. We got things loose, but we might have to keep doing that pattern. So maybe it'll go a little faster now. But we definitely still have quite a bit of work to get this thing off. I will say this front porch, I worked on that a little bit. Just having a hard time getting it loose. Pretty much the bolts off this pole or the other pole were not coming in. They're so rusted nasties. So we got some obstacles still. Trying to make progress as we go. All right, it's been a couple more hours. Goodness. Let's see what progress I've gotten done. So it's kind of hard to have too many people on this project since I don't have that many drills with the right bits to get these things off. But on the south side, and this end cap here, ridge cap, no, end cap, has been just a nightmare. So I've had to be just like cutting it off because the top side is just like gooped and there's no way to get to the heads of the screws or whatever. So now I've been able to free those panels. We still need to collect them and take them over to their pile. All right, so maybe some of these guys, I will be able to get them off. That's good because I don't want to cut this off anymore. But this gutter system is just obviously not been taken care of. Full of so much junk. And this is the side of the roof that we haven't worked on at all. It's pretty gross. It's pretty windy out here. My hat, I don't know if you can see it, sitting right there. I haven't crawled up onto the roof to retrieve it, but the wind sure took it. I will say we have a nice view while we're up here. Pastures and buffalo, what more could you want? And look, there's little three guys right there.
So this is the kind of stuff that we've been dealing with. Let me show you. A lot of this building is getting rust on it. And we're gonna need to actually replace portions. Now you can see up top, all the holes that are kind of coming up top from this. It's just been eating through a lot of it. So that top guy needs to be redone. We need to probably replace this guy from all the leaking. What happened, the gutter was leaking. It got hit by when the tree fell down. And a lot of this stuff has been rotting. Everything along the top is good, but over here on the other side, on the east, we also have that same kind of stuff happening. And so we've got the rusting kind of coming through here. So both sides here also need to be replaced. And likewise, this might be salvageable, but it probably needs to be replaced anyway. So what we're at is all these girts on the side, the top, the mid, all probably have to be replaced on each long side. The stuff on the sides of this stuff look fairly decent and don't seem to have any problems. So these guys look good and are probably salvageable, and the ones up top. So by the time we look at this, all the girts need to be replaced on that long side and on this long side, and we need to add in a second belt line girt all the way around just to give some extra support so we don't have to worry about this wood. The wood is also rotted in a lot of the places where we had the rusting. So by the time we really did this, the guy was like, look, you're gonna be taking down 80% of your building. Because this beam is sitting here, I'd like 9-foot ceilings. I would like to match the slope of the roof. It's only a 112 pitch, it's not steep at all. But to take this out, we've got to take all the purlins up on the top. And again, you're back to that whole like replacing so much of this. It would just be easier and cheaper to just take it all at one time with a new building. So even if we salvage this and put all this work into it, we're still, you know, you're looking a lot of square footage here, and the cost is $30,000, $40,000 without even batting an eye. The other thing that we had to worry about is the place where Charlotte's working now, but because she's working there, I'm not going to show you that spot. But down here, we have the bolts, and this one seems fine, but not every post has a bolt. So the post where Charlotte's at now, out of the 4 bolts, not every post has a bolt. A nut, sorry. So where she has it, we have the bolts out of the ground, but there's only 1 nut on the post that she's working at over here in the corner on the northeast side. So this building is just one where it's to salvage it, to blend it, to pay somebody else to do this. It just doesn't make financial sense to do it. So we're not doing it, right? Yes, there's a lot of things we could do, should do, maybe in your guys' eyes, but it ain't happening. So we have gone through multiple layouts of different designs, styles, keep the plumbing the way it is. Do we modify plumbing? What do we do? And it just really comes down to being like, look, take the building down. I'm gonna try and salvage it to use it somewhere for maybe like a barn, for hay, something. Maybe I'll put it over by the handling facility, over by the squeeze chute. I don't know. I'm gonna see about maybe salvaging it, marking it. But today's task is just getting all this metal down, which at this rate, probably won't be done by today. Here comes the first sheet. Good job, Chica. Good job, Mimi. And that's how bad the roof looked, guys. Because all these screws actually down here are off, except what's behind the gutter. So once we get the gutter down, we just take all these screws off and all these sheets will come at one time. So this will go really quick if we can figure out how to get the freaking things off, which might have to be based on getting the roof off first, I think. So the screw holes that hold the gutters in to the purlin girt are actually underneath the roof. So it's causing some problems. So we might end up having to take the roof down first. But one of these ways, we will get it. Sometime, some way. Thank you for getting more of those with our magnet roller. Got screws coming out. You can see the roof is even like rusted through. I mean, it obviously needs replaced. It's 50 years old at least. Some of these screws don't come out so well. They just spin. But it's just a matter of doing this. She did tell me that I'm too fat to be up there because I'm a lard. So I'm gonna let her little small skinny rear end stay up here and go ahead and screw all day long, girlfriend. So, but otherwise, let's get cracking on these things. But you can see the overlap. This is what I'm talking about. So we just need to get these roof panels off and then come for the gutters and then do the side panels. There we go. gonna hit my ladder, you know that, right?
No.
So everybody, I think we're done for the day. Wind has picked up, and, well, the wind picked up. So I'm not gonna be on the roof anymore. Sandra's not gonna be on the roof anymore. It's of course died down right now that I turned the camera on, but I swear, trust me, it was blowing pretty good. But actually in the shade, on the concrete, it's not too bad. I can see why the dogs lay here and just go to sleep. Like, I don't want to move either. That's why I'm filming from the concrete. Our progress is we got over half the roof on this side, all the roof on, well, the other side. And so we haven't made any progress actually on this wall, that wall, since the last time I spoke. So anyway, we made some progress. We're gonna come back when it's not so windy another day. I think we can wrap up in one day all the other remaining pieces. Like I said, the side here will go really, really quick. And then all we have is the roof over there, which give us another couple hours and we'll have that down as well. So, yep, that's about the story with that. The roof is amazingly still wet. I can see why it's just rotting out. There's a lot of junk, there's a lot of patched holes, fiber and epoxy, whatever that kind of stuff is up there, but it looks pretty bad. Anyway, my kids are gonna help me up since I'm geriatric and fat, like they called me earlier, wouldn't allow me on the roof. And I'll leave my body print sweat mark on the concrete. But let's go check out the buffalo and see kind of what's been going on with them. They've actually been giving us a little bit of a hard time.
3, 2, 1.
We've got to go get some creep bags or bags of feed, something to weigh down this metal. We stacked all the metal for future use. You'd seen that, but in the windstorms, it's gonna blow away. So we got to get something on that fairly quick. We're gonna get that and also talk about the feed. Hey dog, you ready for the feed?
Yeah, almost.
Almost? Okay, we're gonna go grab some creep and be right back.
Okay. You should really have a Spanish.
You can see on next to us, we got a bunch of hay. So we are out of all the other hay except the alfalfa. And we've sent this in to tell us what the protein and nutrients are on it. We haven't received it yet. We will in a little bit, but we'll share that with you once it comes in. Let's get some creep. Talking to this nutritionist about this creep feed, and this is all stock pellets, and this is what we fed our calves for 3 straight months and saw 0 gain from the previous year when they never got a single drop of this stuff. So he said that stuff like this doesn't really do much for the calves. I don't know if that's true, but it helps them convert from the milk stage to the feed stage. But my experience using it the last 3 months is it didn't do anything to help them gain any weight. So we've got, of course, 7 bags left, right? So we're gonna use it holding down metal because that seems like all it's worth right now. I don't know. Big bull boars are a little bit different than little baby male
Feeder pigs.
feeder pigs. That's it. We now have an express highway, and there's no point in trying to stop them. We got to do other things. I know we need electric fencing. There's other things to do, guys. Just hasn't done it. So it's on the list. It'll happen someday. But until then, we will breed when they breed because there's nothing we're gonna do to stop it. All right, guys, feeder problems again. The back of these legs are busting in and they're breaking. So this isn't going too smooth.
No.
These are cheap aluminum things. I'll be honest, these things work, I guess, okay for the first year or two, but ultimately they just don't work long term. So if you have suggestions on how to do this differently with an automatic feeder, let me know. I mean, we can make our own. We can just build new feet, whatever, but obviously it's something we gotta address because it's not working too well right now. My wife did fill in the concrete underneath and the pigs pulled it right back out. So that's the story on that one. We're sticking to it. In the meantime, let's just give them some more feed. Before we leave, I think we noticed our pig is stuck. So she keeps squealing and trying to wiggle and isn't going anywhere. So we're gonna try and dig her out. Since we just put all the dirt back in, we figured, well, I guess we take it back out.
Hey, hey. Are you stuck or are you sleeping? Because this isn't even funny anymore. Come on out. Come on, you can do it. Yeah?
We do anticipate, everybody, this whole slab's gonna go at some point. We've got a bunch of cratering over there. I want all of that gone for sure. This is just gonna happen in its own due time. It will occur, so, you know, it doesn't bother me one way, but it'll probably squish a pig, yeah. So, you never know. All right, Ariana, time to get out, girlfriend. Ariana does die in Harry Potter, and the pig who lived, well, did live.
Come on out. Come on out. Come on. All right, she's free.
Was she really stuck?
I'm not sure.
Surely she couldn't have been stuck. All right, 2 here. I'm gonna do 2 on the ends over here.
This guy seems much heavier.
All right, so finishing group. The group under the finishing. We've been using a loose feed that we've been giving them. We've used it before. It's got higher protein, not necessarily protein. It does have it more than the hay. Of course, doesn't everything. But it's a loose feed and
Higher energy.
higher energy, that's what it was. So I think this is what we've been missing in a lot of what we've been trying to do to get these animals better growth, especially since we kind of started from behind the 8 ball. More energy. We're gonna finish them out on this. One of them for sure is being processed. The other 2 might be that same time frame. But we're gonna see how this goes and check their weight again in June. Kind of like what we've talked about before. Monitor this and see how they're doing. So otherwise, these other guys right now are just still on some alfalfa feed. I don't think they eat it very well. You can see it just from the calves here. They didn't even eat half a bale. We're gonna give them a little less than a half a bale. And I'm gonna split the rest up between these other 2 groups. Most of the time, we wanna make sure that this alfalfa goes to the adults right now, and we'll switch everybody else out to this maxi gain. But until then, we have to get more maxi gain, the loose energy feed.
Hey, girl. Oh, look at all our pretty girls. Hi, girls.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, 109 escaped. 109 escaped. You.
Don't let him buy you.
Come on.
Hey. Come on.
Go on. Go on. Get in there.
This is the second time he has wandered over here, and I don't know why. So, obviously when we have these pens in close quarters, there's gonna be some stuff going on. They've been hitting the barbed wire up here. They like to sit up by the gates. They're all familiar with each other. They like to just congregate, and something's going on, and we got to fix these fences. So I don't know what it is. Down the line here, they just minked up that whole fence a little bit with barbed wire. So I'm not sure if I'm liking barbed wire in these closer pens. We're gonna just see how they do in the long run, but obviously right now we've got to fix some fences, and that's another day. But otherwise, let's let them eat.
There we go. That's what we want to see. Hi, 111. Come over here. Come on. What are you doing? That's not for you. Yeah, I see you. Come on over here. Go on. Go around. See, look, all your friends, they know what to do. Yeah, I see you over there with that water.
As we leave, and also at other times, we do check and look back to see if they are bullying anybody out. that wants the feed, and generally it doesn't look like there is. All 5 of those that we want to sell as a mini herd on the far side, they're doing just fine. And everybody over here rotates around. This one calf doesn't care, the other one eats, but there hasn't been any bullying. So they're doing good, guys. On to the main herd.
All right, we've got one taker, but everyone else is in the grass, far away.
Oh, you guys got some message, huh? We've got alfalfa for you. Here you come. Ahmed, you look like you struggle to run. Come on. There you go, big dog. Here comes Bartok. Mary. You're getting your fro back, dude. And the last one. All right, I'm glad to see everybody got the message. I think we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thanks for joining along. The buffalo are doing great. We're gonna make some more progress in the near future, hopefully on the little house. But otherwise, we're going home. It's getting dark and we're all tired. So we'll catch you next time. Bye.